Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining today. Happy Thursday. We're almost there. I'm Rob. I look after the marketing for Target Integration. I'm joined by James. He's our senior Microsoft consultant at Target Integration, and our special guest Ishant, who's it's our first time joining us on a webinar. He's a software consultant for us as well. So welcome, Ishant. For those of you, obviously, you should know where you are, but for those of you who have clicked the link and not realized what you've joined today, we're going to be talking about Microsoft Business Central. We've got Ishant with us today. He's going to run us through some training of some of the elements of Microsoft BC. And as a bit of housekeeping as well, what we'll do is there should be a Q&A available for anyone in the chat now, so you can send your questions through. I will ask Ishant any sort of relevant ones while he's going through the demo. But what we'll do is we've planned for sort of 5-10 minutes at the end of the session today just to go through any of those Q&As at the end, so then we can ask either Ishant or James any of those questions. So what we'll do to kick off, for those unadorned with TI, don't know who we are, I'll run us through a quick just presentation for TI. It won't be death by PowerPoints. So I'll quickly share my screen and just run through that. Okay. And there we go. James or Ishant, just let me know when you can see that, and I'll start running that through for everyone.
Yeah, we can see.
Amazing. Okay, like I said, it won't be death by PowerPoints, just quickly, just to introduce Target Integration. And who are we and what do we do? We like to call ourselves digital adoption specialists. What that means is we go into businesses and allow them to leverage the power of the current technology stack, or give them the options to look at how their business can be more efficient to gain sort of actionable insights based off the information that they're already collecting. When we say digital adoption as well, it's not purely from a business perspective. A lot of what we find is it's training a lot of the time of people may have access to the technology that is available to them, but they may not know how to action that, or you have systems that are working in silos that aren't talking to each other. So it's really looking at the business from a macro perspective of what you're currently doing, what we could be doing better, and how we can make actions from the data you're already capturing, or what you could even capture. We're based globally, offices all over the world. I'm from sunny Birmingham, so I'm calling from Birmingham today. We've got James down in Oxford, and Ishant's based over in the HQ over in Dublin. But we have offices over in India and in the States as well. So we are a global company with a bit of a global presence as well. What do we do? It's a bit of a broad term. I mean, like I said before, being digital adoption specialists, we are product agnostic. I know today we are looking at a Microsoft product specifically, but we do help with vendor selection. What that means is we look at what products are available to you, what could be best for your business. It's not a case of, I know today we're talking about Microsoft and we've got James, who are Microsoft consultants. So I think close your ears, James. But we do work with, partners like Odoo, Salesforce, etc., HubSpot. So it's really looking at what's best for your business, or maybe even what you're currently using. I know we've got some stats there as well to do with. We've been in operation for 17 years and have got customers all over the world and things like that as well, just for you. Like I said, services that we offer, it's a bit of a broad range. Obviously, I know we've got that list there. Most importantly, it is vendor selection and training a lot of the time, where we'll look at what you're currently doing, what your current stack is, and then either provide you with a basic consultation of what steps we would suggest, or have a look at doing a full implementation of either new system services, or even just doing some integrations with your current systems. Here's some of the partners we worked with. Obviously, I've mentioned a few on there today. Obviously, we're talking about Microsoft, but again, we're software agnostic. Obviously, we work with all of these, so we would suggest what would be best for you and your business at the time anyway. Here's just some of the team. I know this is mainly just some of the leadership team. I don't think any of us have made the cut for this one, but here's some of the leadership team. Most of them are either based out in Dublin, in the headquarters, or out in the States. And then I like to go through our Why Us page, but I mean, we've kind of already discussed this, where we are solutions focused and technology independent, where essentially we'll look at your business with you, have that consultation with you, and look at what solutions you're currently using, what you're not using, and how to get the best insight out of what you're currently doing, or even suggest new technologies. Here's just a list of our customers. We've got Oxford University on there, Instruments on there, Toolfast. So these are guys from across UK and Ireland. Obviously, we've got we work with the US and India as well. And I'll leave that there. I really rushed through that for everyone, but I obviously wanted to kick us off straight away over to Ishant with our training for today. So that's just a quick intro into TI. So let me just stop sharing my screen. There we go. And now, Ishant, I think we're throwing it over to you for some training. Is that all okay? We ready to go?
All right, yeah, that sounds perfect.
Amazing.
Thank you for the introduction, Robert. And I'll just start sharing my screen.
Bro, thank you.
All right, can you guys see it?
Yes, just loaded up now. Fantastic.
All right, that's perfect. So this is our Business Central homepage, and if I go on settings, right now you can see you can sign in with 2 different roles that we have some options. I'll probably change it to Sales and Relationship Manager, and we'll go through what the sales process in Business Central looks like. And you have all the options, whatever profile that you choose. It's just that the home page is customized to the role that you're signing in with.
So just quickly, Ishant, then, so this first session we're looking at the sales process through
Yeah.
Business Central. Amazing. Okie dokie.
All right, so as you can see here, we have different options related to sales, and you can see open orders, you have some contacts, open opportunities, and all of those things. We have some main fields that we can go directly to contacts, and here we have the option to create an opportunity. So we will start with the first phase in a sales cycle and go ahead and create an opportunity. So since Copilot is enabled, we can use it sometimes, but you would know what the opportunity number you're creating. So I'll just name it OP001, and we have some of these details. I need a contact, so I'll select it. All right, let's go with this. And you have here, you can see different details. I have not created any campaign, so this wouldn't work. So that's why I'm just deleting it. But if it's an opportunity related to any campaign you're chasing, you can create campaigns and then assign it on an opportunity card. And I think this works fine for me. I'll just go ahead and proceed with this. Now you can create different actions and create interactions with this opportunity. I'll go ahead and activate the first stage. All right, so since this is activated, I'll go ahead and I can directly create a sales code from here, or I can update and add any details that I want to. I'll just go ahead, check. I can assign any sales value. I would say, let's say 12,000. And I can create an estimated closing date. Let's just change it to 30th. All right, so I think these details are enough for me to proceed and create a sales code, but you can add further details. You can add comments onto this opportunity and update it again. I will go and create a sales code from this opportunity. All right. We have some of the details added from the opportunity card. I will add the product details here. All right, I'm using this product for this demo case, and you can add a item reference number if you want, but we'll just move on. And location code is important because we have different inventories or locations associated with this product. So if I show you just on the item card, if I adjust inventory for this product 1953, we have most of the items just in the blue warehouse. So we will use that for this purpose. All right. So now we will release it. And now, since the sales code is active now, I'll go ahead and convert it into an order. If I want to make any changes, we can reopen it again and make any changes. We can directly make an invoice from the sales code. And right now, we'll just go ahead and convert it into an order. So this gives us a pop-up since this was associated with an opportunity. It's asking us to close the opportunity, and we'll just go ahead and do that. I can add any opportunity codes. Right now we have two. I'll just select one and we'll close it. So here are different codes that are in the system that we can select. So I'll just use best price and close it. So this has converted into an order number. We'll just go ahead and open the sales order. All right, so this is a sales order and we have Copilot enabled, so it will give us some description and summary of the whole sales order. And I can see all the different details here, the product, the quantity, the amount. And as you can see here, we have the source document, the opportunity number, and the contact. Now we can directly go ahead and release this since this is okay with me. And then once you have released it, so it's just showing there are some unposted prepaid account on the same document. Okay, so since on this customer, there are some prepayment open invoices that needs to be paid. So for this one, I'll just use a different customer and documents from it. So since we have gone through how we can convert an opportunity into a sales quote and then in a sales order, I'm just going to create a sale order directly from this customer card. And on the sale order page, I will just add on the same product to the location code we have in the blue warehouse. We'll add a quantity of 10. And if I just go ahead and show you, we have 84 in inventory at the moment. All right, so on the sale order, all the details are there. We'll go ahead and post it. We can release it first and send an email, or we can print it, attach it as a document. This order, we can either ship it and invoice it separately. I will be choosing ship and invoice together. And what it will do is it will create a shipment line, posted shipment line. And a posted sales invoice. We'll just go ahead and open this posted sales invoice. And if I show on the item card in the blue warehouse, we have 77. So this is the posted sales invoice. As we can see, the item guest section 1, guest section 1, and we just go ahead and make a payment for it. So now you can see different details on the posted sales invoice. If I want, I can see the ledger entries from the item and we can see how much has been added. So if I just go here on the product card, entries, ledger entries, and it will show you the latest one. We can see 10 have been removed for the sales order and we can see the amount. All right, so now we want to make a payment for this. For that, we can go on cash receipt. And here we are making a payment. So I'll select the document type. Account type is customer. We'll select the customer. And after that, we'll go ahead and select the bank account that we want the payment in. So we'll select our bank account and I will use this checking once. Now here you can manually add the details of the payment that you want to make, or we have an option here, apply entries. And if I select that, it will give me all the latest invoices that I can assign the payment. We have the customer selected Sam Smith, and here we can see the invoice number. That is the one that we created. I'll just show you the latest invoice for this customer. Invoice is created under Sam Smith. And we have the description, the order number, the amount that we have to pay. And over here, if I just go to posted, this is the one that we are making the payment for. And you can see on top of the posted sales invoice, and this is the amount, and this is the number. So this is the bottom one. We'll just select it and click set applies to ID. And then just go ahead and click OK. That will take it up and the payment amount details will be added on the line. And from here, I can just go ahead and I can click preview posting to see what kind of entries it will be made after this payment. And you can go ahead and look. I can see 3GL entries, one customer ledger entry, and so on. I'll now just go ahead and post it. All right. So since we have posted it, now we'll just refresh it and see the payment, if it has been made or not. Sorry. All right. So this one was the latest entry that we paid right now. And as you can see, this is the total amount including VAT that has been paid, and the remaining amount is now zero and it has been closed. So that marks it as being paid. We can find similar details over here. And if I just go on the sales, or I can go through the customer as well and see the latest ledger entry. And as we saw, the inventory for that amount has been reduced since we placed the sales order. And this completes the sales cycle in Business Central. And yeah, that will be all.
Okay, Sean, thank you. We have had a couple of Q&As actually through there. The first one here is looks like you're using Microsoft Copilot for this. How does that work? And what is yeah.
So right now, in one of the latest release in Business Central, there was a additional option for Microsoft Copilot. So in this, the setup, it has been enabled right now. I can go ahead and disable it if I don't want it.
Hmm.
So in my case, it has been enabled. And so because of that, we can see some of the details, additional details because of Copilot, like the summary on the customer card or any documents like that.
Okay. There's two part of that question is as well as Sean. The second part of it is that does that require an extra license?
No, it doesn't require an
Oh,
extra license. That comes up with whatever latest release that you are working on. So it is
oh,
enabled.
awesome.
I think in right now in most of the versions, it is you have the option to enable it.
Okay. I mean, this isn't a question, but I'm just had a thought now. How about outside of that question, maybe for James.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's querying that customer card there inside Business Central for some of that information. Outside of that, using Copilot, could you pull that information out and query Copilot against the customer outside of Business Central, just using the Copilot app? Does it integrate that way?
Um, yes. Or I suppose the next step on this would be creating a Copilot agent with Business Central as the knowledge base.
Hmm.
So you've got a dedicated agent for that. Yeah, and obviously this is all moving at pace at the moment, so the capabilities are changing almost weekly at the moment. But yeah, there's plenty of options around that.
Yeah, and, for those of you in the chat who are unaware, myself and James have ran a couple of training sessions on Copilot, but like James said, I think it's because of the updates that it's constantly being run out for Copilot. I think it's changing every single week now. So we probably should run another one of those sometime soon to have a look at what's new. And then just quickly, Ashan, I know we've got a couple more questions, but we'll leave those to the end. The question here says, I'm old school and like using pen and paper and sometimes Excel. Does this integrate with Excel? Can I pull in my Excel data into this? So I was putting that in a shorter format.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. So the best thing is it's all Microsoft. So if you're
Mm,
using Microsoft Stack, everything is seamlessly integrated. So you can directly import Excel data. You can export it in a Excel format, and it works with Teams. You can directly make changes on any Business Central page if you're using Teams. So yeah, everything is pretty aligned and works seamlessly.
okay, yeah, cool. So it's giving me the idea for another webinar now where we just talk about some of the integrations across the
Yeah,
Microsoft stack.
like
That's
it's
a
a good,
good point.
good one. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll press pause on a couple of those ones now. We'll leave those questions to the end. So if you've sent in a question, we'll leave them to the end now, just because I know Ishant's got a second part of his demo now. So Isham, what's the second part of your demo today?
So second, we will look in a purchase cycle, or what is the steps and process we need to complete a purchase cycle in Business Central.
Amazing. Go ahead.
All right. So similarly, as we can probably log in as a purchase manager and see different details on the home page. But I think it will be fine. We'll just go ahead and work with this. All right, so as you can see, we have different options relating to purchase. And we will start with the purchase code. So as of now, there is no codes in the system. We will select our vendor. And let's just take this one, Sam Wilson. And as you can see here, also I had the option to use Copilot. And this is just an information box if you want a bigger view. And there's one more feature, which is document checkbox. We will talk about this later, but on the right side panel, you have all these different options. All right, here you have the document date, the order date, and if you hover over each option, you have a brief description. So I'll just go ahead and first select the item that I'll be purchasing, so we can see if the inventory changes are visible or not after creating a purchase order. We'll use the same product. As you can see, it's 77 in inventory right now. And if we go again, I will be adding it into the same location. So for this guest section one, right now we have 77 in the blue warehouse. So in our purchase code, we'll select the location where we want to receive the product, and we'll select blue again. And I'll give it a quantity of 10. All right, so these details are enough for a purchase code. And you have different payment terms code posting groups that you can add to bring in more details. I will go ahead and release it. And once it is released, the status would be changed. If I want to make any changes, I can reopen it and make the changes. But right now, we will just go ahead and convert it into an order. So it gives us an order number, and we'll just go ahead and open this order. So similarly, in a purchase order page as well, you have all the relevant details you need. Vendor name, number. I can add a different vendor invoice number that is internal to me. For this one, let's just use all right, so I have given it a vendor invoice number, and you can add a additional reference and more details. You can see the associated code number for this purchase order. And I am okay with the quantity, so I will go ahead and post it. So here you can see sustainability account number is also added. This is a new feature. And right now let's just go ahead and post it. Similarly, we can preview the posting and print it together, but let's just go ahead and post it. I have the same two options. Either I can receive it first, invoice it, but let's just do it, receive an invoice at the same time. So this creates a posted purchase invoice for this order, and it will also create a shipment line. So this is the posted sales shipment page, and we can see the latest one. And we have the option either we can print it. None of these are printed. All right, this is not the latest one, but we'll just go ahead and receive the product now. All right, so here you can see the posted purchase invoice and the details. Quantity is 10, the total amount is 1,000, and including VAT, it's 50,000. Now, similarly, to make a payment for this as well, we can go to cash receipts. Over here for this item, I'll just show you the changes made because of this purchase order. So similarly, we can go on ledger entries, and we have the quote number, the order number. Here you can see the latest one. Now to make the payment for it, we'll go on cash receipt again. And we'll select document type. We want to make a payment. The account type this time is vendor. The vendor selected is Sam Wilson here. And similarly, we can add the details here, or we can click on apply entries. And here I will be choosing bank account. And let's just select checking here. And if I click on apply entries, I'll get the open entries that I have to make a payment for this vendor, which is Sam Wilson. And we can see the document number here, which is 221. So we will select this one. This is the only one, set applies to ID, and just click OK. And it has taken the details, the total amount. Now I can preview the posting and click on post to post the journal lines. Let's go, and it has been posted. Now, similarly, I can select the same posted purchase invoice. The inventory has increased by 10, and I can go on the product and click on ledger entry. It will show us the latest document related to the increase in inventory. And I can go from here ledger entries. It will create a document about us that we have received, and you can see the entry type and the document number. And over here, if we look at the latest purchase invoice, it is the one that we are working with, 221. And similarly, as you can see, the remaining amount is 0. So the payment to the vendor has been made, and this is closed now. And if I go on item card, adjust inventory, I can see it's 87 now. And if I click on ledger entries, I have the different, this one for the sale, and this is for the purchase that we made recently, and all the related details here.
Ishan, can I jump in quickly? I've just noticed that we've got maybe 5 minutes left at the end now. I know we've been through
Yeah,
that sales and purchase there. I just wanted to quickly jump in and grab some of these Q&As. Sorry to stop you
sure.
there.
Yeah, so that marks it complete. Your purchase cycle is done now. Yeah, go ahead.
Amazing. Awesome stuff. So let's just jump back in here for some Q&A. Thank you, Ashant, for that again. I think what we'll do is we'll probably end up running another one of these because I know there's a lot of
Yeah,
elements there that we need to look at. And then obviously we'll put the recordings up on YouTube. But I just quickly wanted to jump in here for some of the Q&As. I don't know if my camera was showing, but some you might have seen me giggling away at some of the questions that were sent in because they
yeah,
were
I
quite
saw
funny.
some movement. Yeah.
Uh, so this one here is you mentioned obviously this integrates with the Microsoft Stack. Can I email a customer, send an invoice, and check my sales figures without leaving Outlook? I'm too old to keep switching tabs.
You can send it through Business Central. You don't have
Yeah.
to go to Outlook. As I saw, we have the option where we can print or attach as at a PDF. So you can, any document, you can send it to the customer without going on to Outlook.
Oh, awesome. I got another one here. Thank you for that, by the way, Carl. Another one here, which is we sell to Europe and the US. Can Business Central handle all the currencies, tax, etc., and other nonsense without giving me a headache?
Yeah, that works perfectly. You can work with different currencies, and you can assign different currencies. If you're working with vendors in US, you can configure it. You can select the currency, and similarly, and it's like converted if in your report in the currency that you want. So there are no problems. You have the options to select multiple currencies.
Awesome. And then just quickly the last couple because I'm conscious of time. I've been using QuickBooks since it came on floppy disk, and we currently use Salesforce. Is Business Central really a full upgrade or just another shiny toy?
I would say like it's an upgrade because you can either the transition is easier. You can directly move on with the data that you're working in Salesforce and start with it uh, fresh in Business Central. And like I said, like Microsoft, it has a way bigger ecosystem. So you have a lot of options for integration um, while working with Business Central. So I think that's a major point here that you can work with.
Awesome. Okie dokie. And then just finally, quickly, you mentioned Excel previously. I love a good spreadsheet, excuse me. Will this show me any dashboards, or do I still need to squint at my Excel every Monday morning?
So, like we were talking about Copilot with Power BI as well, you can establish a Power BI connector. Without it, as well as we can see on the dashboard, we had some charts that we could see related to the sales order or sales detail we have. But yeah, you can use and create a connection with Power BI that can give you more detailed and accurate charts using Power BI in Business Central.
Awesome. Okay. No, thank you, Ishan, for that. I am conscious of time now because I think people probably have to run off quickly. So what we'll do is there's a couple of more questions here. I'll reach out to those just via email by myself, and I'll CC in the guys, James and Ishan, as well, in case you want to ask them any questions. But we'll put an end to it there. We've hit right on time. So it's good timing there, Ishan. Good work. What we'll do is we'll upload the recording onto our YouTube as well, and we'll send that out just in case you want to go back or share it with the team. And over the next couple of weeks as well, we'll start, publicizing probably our next webinar. Obviously, we mentioned a couple of times here, there's some more stuff we need to do on Business Central. So we'll talk about that in the future. But for now, thank you guys. Thank you, Ishan, for joining us. Thank you, James. And we'll speak to you all soon, okay?
Thank you, Robert.
Well, thank you.
James.
No, guys. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye now, gang.